Hey guys, what's up? Indy here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some Tiki-craft footage that I did not post, and so I'm just going to be reacting to it, doing like a voiceover, and I hope you guys enjoy. So yeah, I'm just going to react to it, and I'm going to start playing it. But so this was my house, or like this was a mansion that I claimed, and I decided to decorate it, but I decorated it in all different ways, but it was cool. It was a normal mansion when I found it, but I claimed it and then I started decorating it and getting rid of some walls. So what I'm showing is what I claimed it, and I actually tried to redo the roof, which failed, but I tried redoing it and trying to make it look better, but it just, like, I tried, but so this was the living room, and I made a little ice block. So some of the rooms were still the same and some of them weren't, and I'm kind of spinning through this because I had a lot of homes to show in this recording. So, but that's the living room I tried to do, and I got rid of a lot of the walls because they were just really in the way, and there's a zombie over there. Upstairs, I redid all the carpet to cyan because the red carpet was so ugly to me. It was cool, and I remember that 3 players got like their own bedroom because it was such a big house. Yeah, that was Coco's room, and Coco's room had like a big fish tank in it, which I thought was kind of cool. There was 3 players that had come and built houses. It was really cool. I think my bedroom was down that hall. I think I was on the 2nd floor. Oh yeah, that's Rain's room. Rain built this pretty room with concrete, so I was like, okay, I'll build a room with concrete. So I did that, and I really thought that bed right there was really cool, but like, I mean, it was fine. And I built a little fish tank in the wall as well. I think I'm gonna go upstairs next, but so that was the 2nd floor. Yeah, that was the 2nd floor. So upstairs, as I go upstairs, I didn't redo the carpet in the 3rd floor. There wasn't really much in the 3rd room. There were different, like, I built a little bridge because I had a chicken thing, and it had eggs, and it would produce eggs. I had a little riptide pool because I would riptide it and then run into like the pond down there, but it was cool. So I did that, and there's some junk in there, but I had chickens, sheep, cows, and I had to put grass on the top because the sheep, but it was funny. And there's pigs in there as well, and mushroom cows. But that was the whole one I redid. As you can see here, I'm going to the next one that I made. This was the first actual town I joined and I participated in. This had all these different places. I might pause in some places here, but so my house used to be right here, and it was this big like concrete house I think someone built for me. And this was when I first joined the server. That house was right here, but then I moved it, or I think I tore it down, I don't remember. But all these different people started building around me, and it used to be only me and like this house right here. Then all these people came in, and I think I was town owner of this in the end, but that was my big backyard, and that was my whole house right here, but it's gone now. But moving on, there was a big rainbow spiral thing. There was all these different houses. There was a big sign that said Prominthia, because that was the town name. I've talked about that a lot, but there was a house here. Someone got rid of it. There was a house there. That castle that was over there, that I remember the owner of that castle took a long time to build. I think it was Dogfish again. But yeah, it was a big, I don't think it was finished, but it looked really cool. So that was all the old part of the, and I actually took inspiration from that greenhouse over there. But this was all the part that I kind of managed, because this was all like the new part. This was like the apartments. These were all little plots that I gave away. I remember someone built a statue and it was funny. And this was all the new part that I managed. Someone built there, I remember. And this castle was for a build comp that Dogfish entered. And I think I kind of helped with the interior, but this was for a build comp, and I think that's why I'm showing this. But so there was all this. I built the top room. I remember decorating the top room. I don't think I went in it. Oh yeah, that was the spiral mine. The spiral mine went all the way down to bedrock, and I remember going up and down that on a little railroad. It was really fun. Going up and out. Yeah, there was a minecart, and you would go down and go back up. But this was where I think my house is in this area. No, I already moved it. So my house used to be right here. It was in a bad location because I used to have like a little like bridge thing over here, because my house is behind this house right here that someone built and never finished, and there was no other room, so I had built it here. And that was Dogfish's house, but I built it here. Coco's house is right there, and I'm gonna show. But this little house right here was so annoying because some player had built it, and I think they built it before I moved in. But it's a simple wooden house, right? I think I asked the mods to remove it because it was right behind my plot. And they were like, "No, we can't remove it." And I'm like, it's this tiny little wooden house, and it drove me nuts. But so that was left there. And this was Bucky Barnes's house. It was super cool, and I love the design of it. It gave me a lot of inspiration as well. But I think I went in that house. Yeah, I did. So that was the decor inside there, and yeah. Moving on. So that was Promenthea. That was the first Promenthea that I had joined. It's not the very first, but it's the one that I had joined. And that I was lucky enough to be a part of. Moving on to the next. I built this out of the tutorial, and it was just like a house that I just wanted to build out of concrete. But it was very small for my building. And there was like this one little hallway, which was 1 block, and it drove me nuts because I couldn't place anything there. In the backyard, or that was the back area, but in the backyard, I remember we had like this housewarming party, and the mod actually built some barriers around the pufferfish, and I thought that was amazing because I didn't have access to barriers. And I also didn't have access to this, so I couldn't do this on a sign, so I thought that was cool, and I left that there. But I love my little pufferfish in the case there. I thought that was super cool. And that was left there, and I couldn't break barrier blocks, so even if I tried, I could not have done anything. Okay, so this is my house, and this was the new one, and I did this in a previous the previous Tiki-craft video that I did, but this was my main. I moved this house. That was a house that was bare. I moved it here to this new land. I remember planting a bunch of wheat because I thought that was cool. This was my stable, my horse. I rode my horse all around the town when I was not able to fly. There, my little farm. I built a big little like thing, and I remember it looked so cool because I put all the coral in it. This was my stable. I had diamond horse armor pretty much on all of them. and I named them all for some reason. So that was the roundabouts of the house, and because I don't think I covered that in my old Tiki-craft video that I did, but I went through this house a little bit more in this footage, and I think, yeah, I did go upstairs. That was my art room. That area right there was my art room, and I had broken pretty much all the concrete because I wanted to use it for the new house that I built. And so it looked really abandoned, but it was a really fun house to look at. This was my hot tub, and I remember, like, I could just bounce in the hot tub. It was very fun. But that was all for that house. This was for a build comp that I never entered in. It was for, I think I misunderstood what it meant, but I built a little cloud and then like a little house, but I never entered it for some reason, but yeah, it was always one that I just like built randomly one day. This one was, I think, oh yeah, this is my new house. This was my new house. And that was my old skin. There was little signs there, but this was this house that I had, I built that for fun. So that was 2019, so that was a while ago that I built that. And I remember I would always vote, because you could vote on the server. I would always vote in the wrong world, so I would always get vote crate keys in the wrong world. And I had to bug a lot of mods about it, but so that was my old skin, and I don't use that skin anymore, but this was my house, and my original plan for this was to take it to the survival world, but I ended up just leaving it there because I found out the server was going to reset, and sadly it did, and I never got to take this to the survival world or use it, but I built this all by hand. I never used World Edit because I didn't know how, and so yeah, that was my old house. And I think that was all the footage that I had covered. But I went to the wrong house. I think I had like 20 houses because I think that was my limit, and then I got unlimited, and then I just kept getting more houses. Oh yeah, I only have 5 seconds of this because the footage, that's all I have of the footage, but this was the survival house that I did. This is when I did survival challenges because the server was pretty quiet, so that's what a lot of players did, just to restart and have fun, but it was only 2 seconds. So that's all the Tiki-craft footage that I have. But I hope you guys enjoy, like, comment, and subscribe, and ring the bell to be notified to my videos. And I hope you guys enjoyed this look back on Tiki-craft, and yeah, I will see you all another time. Bye guys.